My friend, today I share with you a mystery, a secret that is ancient, yet ever new, hidden in plain sight from the beginning of time. It is the secret of rejoicing not only when the sun shines, not only when the harvest is full, but even in the midst of the storm, even in the shadow of the valley. My friend, if you build your joy upon the things of this world, your joy will rise and fall with the tides of life. For the things of this world are fleeting. They are shadows that pass, mists that vanish with the morning light. If your happiness depends on the weather, then you will find yourself tossed by every storm. If your peace is rooted in your circumstances, then it will wither with every drought and be shaken with every tremor of adversity. How can you stand firm when the ground beneath your feet is shifting sand? But there is another way, a higher way, the way of those who walk not by sight, but by faith. There is a foundation that no storm can move, a rock that no earthquake can shatter. That rock is not found in the things of earth, but in the things of heaven. It is not built on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. The secret, therefore, is not to anchor your soul to what is happening around you, but to the one who is beyond it all. Rejoice not in the gifts, but in the giver. Rejoice not in the light of the sun, which can be darkened, but in the light that no darkness can extinguish. Rejoice not in the victories of this world, which pass away like the flowers of the field, but in the victory that was sealed before the foundations of the world. The child of God is called to a different kind of joy, a joy not based on circumstance, but rooted in the eternal one. It is the joy that sang in Joseph's heart while he was in the prison of Egypt. It is the joy that strengthened David when he was fleeing through the wilderness. It is the joy that burned in the apostles as they faced chains and swords and death, yet counted it all as gain, for they knew him who is greater than life itself. Your circumstances will change. Your days of sunshine will be followed by days of rain. There will be mornings of triumph and nights of sorrow, but the Eternal One changes not. His love remains as constant as the heavens. His promises are as sure as the rising of the sun. His mercy endures forever. So if you would have a joy that no trial can take away, you must shift your heart from the visible to the invisible, from the passing to the everlasting. Fix your eyes not on the waves that rise and crash, but on the one who walks upon the waters. Rejoice not in the blessings that are given and taken away, but in the Blesser who is forever. And when you do, you will find a joy that endures through every season, a peace that transcends understanding, and a strength that no hardship can overcome. You will not merely endure the storm, you will sing in the midst of it. You will not merely survive the wilderness, you will dance upon it. And your life will become a song of rejoicing, a beacon of light, a testimony to the unshakable faithfulness of your God. For it is written, though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take joy in the God of my salvation. This is the mystery of rejoicing not in circumstance, but in the eternal. Of course, here's the expanded, flowing, Jonathan Cahn's style message for the second keynote, without using any headings, just like you asked. The ways of God are not the ways of man. The world tells you to give thanks when all is well, when your barns are filled, when your cup overflows. But the mystery of God is deeper. It is not to wait for the blessing to give thanks, but to give thanks before the blessing comes, to give thanks even in the midst of the storm, to offer up praise from within the valley of shadows. When Paul and Silas were thrown into the inner dungeon, their backs bloodied, their hands and feet shackled, they did not wait for the morning to sing. They sang in the midnight hour. They lifted up their voices when all seemed lost, when the prison walls pressed in on them. And when they did, the earth shook, the chains fell, and the prison doors burst open. It was not after their freedom that they praised, it was their praise that called forth their freedom. There is a power in thanksgiving that moves the hand of heaven. It is easy to bless the Lord when the harvest is abundant, but when you choose to bless him in the drought, when you choose to sing to him in the famine, you are declaring a greater truth, that your God is not only the God of the harvest, but also the Lord of the wilderness. That your God is not only the King of victories, but the Redeemer of every valley. Every trial you face is not meant to destroy you, but to reveal the glory of God in you. Every hardship carries a hidden treasure, every pain a hidden promise. If you only see the surface, you will see only loss, only hardship, only sorrow. But if you look with the eyes of faith, you will see beyond the natural. You will see that the trial you despised is preparing a weight of glory beyond all comparison. So do not wait to give thanks until you understand. Give thanks because you trust. Thank him not only for what he has done, but for what he is doing even now, though it remains unseen. Thank him for the doors he has opened, and thank him just as much for the doors he has closed, for he sees the end from the beginning. Thank him for the prayers he answered, and thank him also for the prayers he did not answer, because he has prepared a better way, a greater blessing, a deeper redemption. And when you begin to live this way, your trials lose their power to embitter you. Instead of becoming wounds, they become wells of living water. Instead of becoming chains, they become crowns. Every tear you shed will water the seeds of your future joy. Every burden you carry will forge a greater strength within you. Every valley you walk will become a mountaintop of testimony. The world waits for reasons to be thankful, but you are called to a higher life. You are called to turn every trial into a song of praise, to transform every sorrow into an altar of thanksgiving. And when you do, you will find that even in the fiercest storm, you carry the calm of heaven within you. Even in the midst of loss, you walk in abundance. Even in the place of death, you live in resurrection power. For it is written, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God for you in Christ Jesus." And not some circumstances, not only good circumstances, all. For in all things God is working for your good, weaving his purpose, shaping your destiny, bringing you ever closer to his heart. Thus, the mystery is this: every trial that comes to you bears within it a hidden song of thanksgiving, and if you choose to sing it, you will transform the trial itself into triumph. The world teaches you to live chained to the moment, imprisoned by what your eyes can see and what your ears can hear. It tells you that your reality is defined by your present circumstance, by the hardship you face, by the battle you are fighting right now. But the ways of God are higher than the ways of man. The one who walks with God is called to see beyond what is seen, to live not by what is unfolding in the moment, but by what has already been declared from eternity. You are not called to live from the present forward, you are called to live from the end backward. You are called to stand in the victory that has already been won, even while you are still standing on the battlefield. You are called to sing the song of triumph, even while the enemy still surrounds you. You are called to walk in the light of resurrection, even while you stand in the midst of a tomb. When Yeshua hung on the cross, when darkness fell and the ground shook, it appeared to all who saw it that it was the end. The disciples fled in fear. Hope seemed lost. Death seemed to have won. But what they did not yet see was that the end had already been sealed before the foundation of the world. The Lamb was slain not on that Friday afternoon alone, but before time itself began. The outcome was never in question. The victory was never in doubt. The cross was not the defeat. It was the path to the greatest triumph the universe has ever known. And so it is with your life. You see only the momentary battle. You see the closed doors, the unanswered prayers, the opposition, the weariness, the storm clouds gathering. But the Spirit calls you to see higher, to ascend the mountain of vision, to behold the end from the beginning. For the same God who authored your story has also finished it. The same hands that formed you in the womb hold the final chapter in his hands, and the ending has already been written. It is not the ending of defeat. It is not the ending of failure. It is the ending of victory. It is the triumph of the Lamb. It is the crown after the cross, the resurrection after the grave, the morning after the longest night. Therefore, live now as if the victory were already manifest, because in the heavens it already is. Pray not from a place of fear, but from a place of assurance. Worship not from desperation, but from the certainty that the goodness of God will prevail. Walk not with a bowed head, but with the confidence of one whose outcome is sealed by the decree of the Most High. When you live from the end backward, your burdens become lighter. Your fears lose their power. Your trials shrink in the light of eternity. You realize that what feels like an endless night is but a moment compared to the glory that is to come. You realize that no matter how fierce the battle, the war is already won. The enemy wants you to live in reaction to the present, but God calls you to live in response to the eternal. Every day, every step, every prayer, every tear is drawing you closer to the fulfillment of a promise that cannot be broken. And if you will hold to that, if you will fix your heart not on what is happening, but on what is already written in heaven, then you will walk with unshakable joy, immovable peace, and a strength that cannot fail. For it is written, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. And if your Lord is the beginning and the end, then your journey is held securely within him. Your story is not one of random chance or uncertain fate. Your story is a thread woven into the tapestry of redemption, into the song of eternal triumph. Thus the mystery is this: live from the end backward, and you will rejoice in the midst of sorrow. You will dance even in the wilderness, and you will overcome even before the battle is finished. Beloved, the secret is this: rejoice not in the things of the world, but in the one who transcends the world. Thank him not for what you see, but for what you cannot yet see. Live not by the moment, but by the promise. And if you do, you will know the power of joy that no man, no devil, no circumstance can take away. For it is written, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And if your joy is in the Lord, your strength will never fail. Rejoice, my friend, no matter what, and you will walk in the victory of the Most High. Amen.